Welcome. So I'm here in my garden in the wilderness of Vallejo, and I can hear the Canadian geese in the distance. And there's been a little turf war between the squirrels and the crows, so you might hear some wilderness sounds. Also, Vallejo's a wild place, you might hear some urban sounds. We're going to start reclining on the back. I'm going to have a single block. You're welcome to have two, and also if you don't have any blocks, we can make do without them. Okay, so we're going to start reclining flat on the back. Bend the legs loosely. We're going to separate the feet about as wide as the mat, letting the toes turn in, letting the knees fall together. And let your arms rest on the ground. The palms can face up. So the knees hold one another. For any reason you have to use a lot of effort to keep the knees together, feel free to straighten the legs out at any point. Letting the eyes close. You let the body begin to settle down and settle into the ground. In this initial moment of quiet stillness, perhaps the body can begin to soften a little bit more, letting go of whatever you've been up to lately. And then beginning to slow down your breath. So letting the slowing pace of the breath direct the mind's attention. And as you begin to slow down the breath, just begin to observe the regions of the body that the breath can move. So the belly region, the full circumference of the rib cage. All the way to the top of the chest. Last round of breath here, slowest round of breath. And then from here, we're going to slowly walk the feet together and come to butterfly. So the soles of the feet will come together, the knees open wide, and bring your arms to cactus arms, bent arms with the backs of the arms rest on the ground. And Now we're going to begin to move the pelvis exactly like we did do for the cat-cow, the tilting and the tucking of the pelvis. So you're going to start with a long inhale. And then with your exhale, tuck your tailbone, flatten the back into the ground. And with your inhale, tilt the pelvis in the other direction. The pubic bone dips down and the back arches. Exhale, the tucking of the tailbone, flatten the back. Inhale, arching, scrub the shoulder blades down the back. You really boost the chest open here. Exhale, tucking. Inhale, arching. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, arch. Really pull the shoulder blades down the back. And then return to a neutral pelvis. So you're not tucking or tilting. And just let every point of contact, every point of view that's touching down on the ground grow a little heavier. And then from here, slowly draw the knees together, pull the knees into the chest. We're going to wrap the arms around the legs. And then keep your knees as they are. Open your arms wide and turn the palms down if you can. Hold the ground with your hands and squeeze your legs together with a big inhale. Okay, with your exhale, you're going to have to let the legs release to the left, but hover the legs above the ground in the spinal twist. And then with your inhale, bring your knees back together. And with your exhale, hover the legs to the right as you engage your abdominal muscles. Okay. That's your pattern. Inhale to center. Exhale, legs hover to the left as you cinch the belly and the side waist in. Okay. Inhale, center. Exhale, hovering. Okay. That's your pattern. Continue on your own. Okay, so we're twisting, but this is also deep abdominal work. Every time you hover in the twist, you're really engaging the abdominal center. Okay. Good. Now, next time you exhale the legs to the left, you're going to let the legs release all the way down to the ground. The ground will hold the legs. You can add your left hand atop your legs to weight down the legs a little bit more, and then draw the right shoulder blade towards the ground. Okay, it's helpful to close the eyes here as you bring your attention back to the movement of your breath, the slowness of the breath. Good. With your next inhalation, the knees come back to center. Exhale the legs to the right, legs heavy on the ground. Add the right hand atop the legs. Direct the left shoulder blade towards the ground. Slow breath. Okay, with your next breath, the knees come back to center. Wrap your arms around your legs. You could even lift the upper back off the ground to give the knees a good hug. And then go ahead, release. You're going to roll onto your right side. Press the ground away. Come on up to all fours. Okay, we'll face the top of the mat. spreading the fingers, coming right into the cat-cow with the slow breath. So with your inhale, arch your back into cow, pull the chest forward and up. And then with your exhale, round into cat pose, lift the belly, gently tuck the chin. Slow breath guiding you. Inhale, arching. Exhale. Okay, one more round and then we're going to add on. Good. Now with your next inhalation, extend your right leg straight back behind you, level your hips. The chest opens gently forward in a gentle cow-like chest. And then with your exhale, the right knee draws towards the nose. Okay. Inhale, extend the right leg back, open the chest gently. It's not your biggest arch. And then exhale, knee to nose, round, scoop the abdominal center. Okay, do it again. Inhale. Reach through the ball of your right foot. Exhale, contract, abdominal scooping. Okay, last time, inhale. Exhale, contract. Okay, we're straight to the second side. Right knee releases down, left leg extends back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, knee to nose, round and contract. Inhale, hips are level as you reach through the ball of the left foot. And exhale, knee to nose. Do it again. Inhalation. Exhale. Okay, last one, big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Good. Release that left knee down. Now from here, you're going to curl your toes under and walk your hands back towards your knees. Come to the forward fold at the back of the mat. So feet will be parallel. You're letting the head hang, letting the arms hang. The knees could bend any amount here. Okay, most of us spend all day holding the head upright. Can the head do the opposite now? The head completely hangs. Good. Now spread the balls of the feet, spread the heels. I want you to try to keep your heels on the ground. You're going to bend one leg and straighten the other. And then switch. Okay, doing your best to keep both heels on the ground. Keep moving like that. The hips will shift, that's fine. Good. And then come back to 2 equal legs for a final round. And then you're going to walk your hands forward to your first downward dog. Okay, so spread the fingers, lift the hips up and back. And just like we did in the forward fold, bend one leg and straighten the other. Reach the heel of the straight leg down and pause. And then switching. Just take your time, bringing your attention to the backs of the legs, to the calves, all the way down to the sole of the foot. Good. And then come to 2 equal legs, both heels reaching down. for a final round of breath. Good. And then with your next breath, we're going to step or help the right foot forward between the hands and release the back knee down to the ground. Okay, bring both hands onto the front thigh, lift the spine vertically, and bend deep into your front leg. Okay, we're looking for the abdominal lift here. As you reach your arms to the sky, you're looking forward. Slow breath. Okay, we're going to add on. So from here, you're going to lean forward a little bit to bring your right elbow onto your right thigh. With your inhale, reach your top arm straight up. And with your exhale, begin to side bend to the right. So you're bowing and rounding your left side body. And I'm going to face you just so you can get a better view. Keeping the chest facing forward, shoulder blades are gliding down the back. Okay, from your abdominal lift with your next breath, come back to center, both arms reach straight up. Give it one more round of breath. And then from here, the left hand is going to come down to the ground. Right hand comes to the right thigh. Power the hand into the thigh and begin to spin the ribs to the right. Look over the right shoulder. You can stay here or reach the right arm to the sky, opening wide across the chest. You can stay here or curl the back toes under and lift the back knee off the ground. Firm and lift the back thigh. Now squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another and then spin your ribs to the right. Okay, one more big inhale here, look up that top arm. And then with your exhale, top hand touches down, step back to downward dog. From your downward dog, release your knees to the ground, come to all fours. As you spread your fingers, engage your abdominal muscles. We're going to extend the right leg straight back, leveling the hips. Okay, keep breathing. As you shift the weight into your right hand, you're going to reach your left arm forward. Opposite arm is leg. Okay, the gaze is down, the back of the neck is long. Keep lifting the abdominal center. Okay, now we're going to build something here. So just follow my instructions. You're going to return your left hand to the ground and then bring the ball of your right foot down onto the ground. Firm your right leg. And from here, left leg joins the right, plank pose. The abdominal center continues to lift. Both thighs are squeezing away from the ground. Okay, a big inhale, top of the chest reaches forward. And then with your exhale, it's the chaturanga. Pitch forward on the toes, hug the elbows in. Come all the way down to the belly and point your toes. Tops of the feet press down. Now with your inhale, lift the chest into a baby cobra. You're going to hover the hands off the ground. So you're really squeezing the elbows in towards the side ribs. Now with your inhale, cactus arms. Press the backs of the arms back. And with your exhale, reach your arms towards the mat, top of your mat, like you're holding a block. Good. Now lift your chest into the baby cobra. You're going to hover your elbows, hug your elbows in towards your side ribs, and then begin to hover the hands off the ground. Now with your inhale, cactus arms. Press the backs of the arms back. And with your exhale, reach forward like you're holding a block between your hands. Inhale, cactus arms. Lift the chest. Scoop the shoulder blades behind the heart. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, peel the chest off the ground. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, reaching. Okay, now last time, inhale, cactus arms, lift the chest, pause. Now we got the shoulder blades right where we want them for cobra. So place the hands alongside the ribs, the elbows point back, and now inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Keep breathing. You're letting the shoulder blades slide down your back. One more big inhale. Good. And then exhale, release down. Okay, we're going to curl the toes under. Inhale is the plank or the half plank. Exhale is the downward dog. Slow breath. Good. With your next breath, step or help, left foot forward between the hands. Release the back knee down to the ground. Hands on the front thigh, look forward. Okay, bend deep into your front leg. Match that by lifting the abdominal center, and then the arms will reach for the sky. I'm going to turn to face you, just so there's an easier view for you. Keep breathing. Okay, now we're adding on from here. You're going to lean forward till you can bring that left elbow to the left thigh. And then inhale, right arm reaches up. And with your exhale, begin to side bend to the left. You're bowing and rounding the right side body. Okay, keep the chest facing forward. The shoulder blades are gliding down your back. Good. Come back to center. Both arms reach up with a final inhale. And then with your exhale, it's the right hand that will come down to the ground. Left hand comes to the left thigh. Power the hand into the thigh to spin the ribs to the left. You're looking over your left shoulder and you're breathing. Okay, you can stay here or reach your left arm to the sky. Find that open wingspan. You can stay here or curl the back toes under, lift the back knee off the ground, firm and lift the back thigh. Now, squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another and then spin your ribs to the left. A final round of breath. Good. And then from here, top hand touches down, step back, downward dog. Okay. Good. From here, release the knees to the ground, come to all fours. Powering the hands into the ground, lift the abdominal muscles. We're going to extend the left leg straight back behind you. So level the hips, keep the abdominal center lifted. As you shift the weight into your left hand, the right arm will reach forward. So it's opposite arm as leg. Keep breathing as you continue to lift the abdominal center. Now we're going to build something here. The right hand comes down to the ground. Bring the ball of your left foot down to the ground and firm your left leg. And then from here, right leg joins the left, plank pose. Okay, so the top of the chest is reaching forward as the tailbone reaches back. One more big inhale. And then exhales the chaturanga. Pitch forward on the toes, hug the elbows in, and come on down. You're going to point your toes. Okay, do press the tops of the feet into the ground, and even the pinky toenails touch down here as you firm your thighs. Now, just like we did before, we're going to lift the chest into that baby cobra, elbows squeeze in, and hover the hands off the ground. Okay, keep breathing. From here, you're going to begin to reach your arms back. And if you're able, interlace the fingers behind the back. You could always use a strap as well. The arms begin to reach up and back. The chest lifts. Okay, now those pinky toenails are still touching down. It means the inner thighs are spinning up. Breathe deeply. Okay, and then if you are interlacing, switch which thumb is on top. Reach the arms up and back. Chest is lifted. Big breath. Good. One more big inhale here. And then with your exhale, release the chest down. We're going to place the hands alongside the ribs, curl the toes under. Inhale is the plank or the half plank. Exhale's downward dog. Slow breath. The inhale is the fuel for your exhale. End of your next exhalation, you'll walk or step or hop the feet forward between the hands. And then with your inhale, arch up halfway, lengthen the front of the torso. And with your exhale, fold. We're going to do it again. Inhale, arch, open, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Twice more. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, arching. Exhale, folding. Good. From here, you'll rise. Lead with the top of the chest. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. And exhale, hands together at the heart. Stay for a round of breath. Surya Namaskar A, or Sun Salutation A. Inhale, reaching widen up. Exhale, dive forward into the fold. Inhale, arch up, halfway lengthen. Exhale's the plank, the chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. Long inhale, I'm demonstrating upward dog. And then exhale's the downward dog. And stay for 2 to 3 rounds of breath. And then end of your next exhale, you'll hop or step the feet forward. Inhale to arch on arrival, open. And exhale to fold. Rise, inhale, reach up. Exhale. Okay. We're going to do 2 more cycles of the sun salute. So feel free to take off on your own. Inhale's the reaching up. And exhale's the diving forward. Inhale, arch, open, extend. Exhale's plank. The chaturanga, elbow squeeze in. Back bend. Scrub the shoulder blades down the back. And exhale. Connecting with that slow breath. Good. End of exhale, complete the cycle. Hop or step forward. Inhale, opening. Exhale, folding. Rise, inhalation. Exhale. Right into the next round, inhalation. Exhale, Uttanasana. Arching up. It's your inhale. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga, hovering till you're empty of breath, and then back bend. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Long inhales. Long exhales. Okay, end of exhale. Complete the cycle. Inhale to arch and open. Exhale to fold. This time pause. Bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart. Utkatasana. Sit down in the chair and reach your arms to the sky. Okay, so you're leaning back in your heels. You're lifting the abdominal center as you breathe. Palms together. Big inhale, elbows wide. And with your exhale, hook the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Do your best to level your knees with one another. As the palms press together, elbows move wide apart. The top of the chest is lifting up. You're spinning your ribs to the right as you breathe. Final round of breath. Now from here, stay in your chair pose, but simply untwist and reach your arms to the sky. You return to chair, that full chair, for the second side. We're building some heat in the legs here. Palms together. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, hook the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Do level the knees, spin the ribs to the left. Elbows wide as the top of the chest lifts. Slow breath. Final round, looking over that left shoulder. And then this time with your exhale, do untwist and fold. Inhale to arch and open. Exhale to fold and pause. Okay, I like to separate my feet about as wide as my hips, so feel free to do the same. Bend the legs as much as you need to. We're going to take the first two fingers around the big toes. So fingertips face one another as you lasso your big toes. And then beginning to lengthen the legs any amount. So the sit bones begin to lift up away from your heels. Keep good hold of your big toes here. And if the arms can bend, let them bend. The elbows splay out to the sides as the top of the chest reaches for your feet. Move your elbows towards the top of your mat. So you're going to feel your armpits get nice and spacious, a wonderful broadening across the collarbones. Breathe. And final round of breath. And then do let go of your big toes. Bend the legs a little bit here. We're going to separate the feet a little wider than the hips for Malasana. So the toes will turn out a little bit here as you bend deep into your legs. Okay, and you could slide the bolster or the blanket if you have one underneath the heels, if the heels are popping off the ground. Or you could make a V shape with your blocks and sit on the blocks if knees are an issue. And in the Malasana, the elbows press the knees wide and the top of the chest lifts up. Spread the balls of the feet, spread the heels, slow breath. The sun is going down and our little frog in the garden has come out. Final round of breath. We've named him. His name's Pierre. Okay, from here, bring your hands to the ground and relift the hips in the forward fold. Parallel the feet. We're going to inhale to arch up halfway one more time. And then this time with the exhale, you're on your way. It's your plank into the chaturanga. Big inhale, back bend. And exhale, downward dog. Pause in the down dog, slow breath. Good. Now you're going to inhale your right leg to the sky and bend your right leg, peel your right hip away from the ground, Reach that left heel down. You're going for a big hip opening here. And then re-lengthen that right leg, re-square the hips, a big inhale here. Okay, now with your exhale, the right knee crosses over to the left elbow, pause. From here, your right leg is going to continue to extend out to the left. You're on the edge of the foot. Bring the right hand to center and begin to reach your left arm to the sky. It's fallen triangle. You're on the edges of both feet as you create a broad wingspan. Shoulder blades are on the back. One more round of breath. And then we're going to retrace our steps. So that left hand's going to touch down. Re-extend the right leg towards the sky with a big inhale. And then with your exhale, step or help the right foot forward between the hands. We're going to set up for triangle. I encourage the block today on the outside of that right foot. Spin the outer edge of that back foot down. Left arm guides you all the way to stand to two straight legs. Okay, power the feet into the ground. Inhale, lengthen your torso. And with the exhale, reach long over the right leg. Hand will come to the shin or to the block as the top arm reaches for the sky. A straight, firm back leg in your triangle. You're spreading the ball of your right foot as you pin your right hip underneath you. Okay, in the triangle, you need your abdominal engagement. It helps you spin your ribs to the left. Good. A final cycle of breath here. Now, you're always welcome to stay in triangle. We're going to be moving into Ardha Chandrasana half moon. Okay, so if you're going to join me for the half moon, that top hand comes to the hip. Look down at your right foot and bend in your right leg. Okay, if you're using the block, shift the block forward about a foot. It's in line with the pinky toe. And transition the weight into your right foot as you extend your left leg. Pause here. Flex that left foot. Really lift the underside of that left leg up. And then begin to pin your right hip underneath you. Abdominal engagement here. And when you're ready, or if you're ready, the top arm can reach for the sky. And you're reaching energy through every limb. Continue to breathe. A final cycle of breath. Good. And then from here, you'll bend in that right leg. We're going to step that left foot way back. We're going to come to our warrior two. So rise up, find the warrior two. Right knee is above the ankle. Arms reach away from one another. Look beyond your right fingertips. Breathe slowly. Okay. For me, I always need to remember my abdominal lift here. It makes my whole torso lengthen. Final round bend in. Good. With your next breath, windmill the hands down, mindful of blocks. Step back to plank. You can always pause in plank or down dog, or exhale, flow through the vinyasa. Exhale is your downward dog. Okay. Inhale your left leg to the sky. You're going to bend your left leg, peel the left hip away from the ground, really slide that right hip underneath. Good. From here, re-level the hips. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Now with your exhale, the left knee crosses over to the right elbow. Abdominal engagement. And then that left leg, it continues to extend out to the right. You're on the edge of the foot. Bring the left hand a little more towards center. Right arm reaches up. You're on the edges of both feet. Place the shoulder blades on the back. Every limb is extending long. It's our fallen triangle pose. A big inhale here. Okay, with your exhale, we retrace our steps. So the right hand's going to return down. That left leg's going to extend back up towards the sky. Big inhale here. And then with your exhale, step or help, right foot forward between the hands. I'm going to change my orientation just so you can see me a little bit better. So we're going to be bringing the block to the outside of the left foot if you used it on the first side. Spin the outer edge of the back foot down onto the ground. Right arm guides you up to 2 straight legs for the triangle. Okay, power the feet into the ground with an inhale, lengthen your torso, and then with your exhale, reach long over your left leg for triangle. So hand will come to the block or the shin, whatever works best for you today. Top arms reaching for the sky. Okay, establish your slow breath. Okay, in the triangle, the back leg is straight and firm. You're spreading the ball of your left foot, and a foreshadowing of our half moon, you pin your left hip underneath you. Okay, the abdominal center draws in for stability, so we can spin the ribs to the right. Okay, a final round of breath, Trikonasana. Okay, you're always welcome to stay here, or we're moving into the half moon, the Ardha Chandrasana. Okay, so top hand comes to the hip. Look down at your left foot and bend in your left leg. If you're using the block, it's going to shift forward about a foot in line with the pinky toe. Transition the weight onto the left foot and begin to extend the right leg. Now, before you do anything, I want you to really flex the right foot and lift the underside of your right leg up. And then, like triangle taught us, begin to pin the left hip underneath you more. From that abdominal stability, you're spinning your ribs to the right. And at any point, top arm could reach for the sky. Every limb emanates energy. The torso is its own limb. Breathing slowly. One more round of breath. Good. From here, we retrace our steps. Top hand to the hip. Bend in that left leg. We're going to shoot the right foot way back. We're coming to our warrior two. So come on up. Left knee above the ankle. Bend in. Arms reach away from one another. Okay, the drishti in this pose, the focal point is beyond the left fingertips. Do lift the abdominal muscles. A final round of breath. And then from here, windmill the hands down to face your front foot. You're going to step back to your plank. Pausing here, or exhale, vinyasa. Exhale is the downward dog. Okay. Now linger as long as you like in the downward dog. Eventually, we'll be releasing to child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, let the hips drop back towards the heels. Forehead rest down if it can. Let everything soften. Final round of breath. And then from here, you'll slowly come up, sit on the heels, and just swivel to face me. We're going to come to, let's come to legs straight out in front of you to prepare for our setup. So from here, you're going to keep that right leg straight and open that right leg out to the right as you bring that left heel close in towards the pubic bone. Okay, so the right foot is flexed, the right thigh presses down. Feel free to sit on lift if you find that you're falling back in this pose. Okay, and then from here, we're going to begin to slide that right arm along the inside of the right leg. So hooking the elbow into the inner knee if you can. And then reach your left arm to the sky. Look up with a big inhale. And then keep the chest open as you exhale and begin to side bend over the right leg. So the trajectory is that top hand would touch the right foot. It's not happening for me. It may not be happening for you, but we're having that intention, right? As the ribs spin to the left and the breath is slow. And then another point of exploration here, you can bring your left hand behind your head like a little headrest and lean back into it. Okay, let that left elbow point up towards the sky as you breathe. Okay, final round of breath. And then from here, we're going to slowly come up. And then we're coming right into the Upavishta Konasana. So now the left leg will extend out as well. So both legs are extended, both feet are flexed. You might need the lift now. Toes point straight up. A big inhale here. Some of us, the hands are behind you, just helping you sit tall. That might be where you are today. Or keeping the front torso long, we begin to fold. It's gradual. We're trying not to nosedive. Take your time. The final round of breath. And then from here, you're slowly coming up to the top of the Upavishta Konasana. Okay. And then you're going to keep that left leg extended out to the left as you bend your right leg and draw the right heel close in towards the pubic bone. Okay, so now the left foot is flexed, the left thigh presses down, and we're going to begin to slide the left arm along the inside of the left leg. You hook the elbow into the inner knee if you can. Now spin the ribs to the right, right arm reaches up, look up, big inhale. And then keep the open chest as you begin to side bend. Again, that trajectory of top hand touching the left foot. For me, it's not happening. It doesn't matter. It's just the intention as you spin your ribs to the right. What does matter is the breath. The breath is going to find points of tension that the pose on its own can't quite get to. And then that point of exploration, the right hand comes behind the head like a little headrest. Lean back into the hand, point that right elbow up, slow breath. Okay, good. From here, slowly come on up. Let's re-extend that right leg out. So both feet are flexed again, both thighs are pressing down a second time. Okay, hands might be behind you, big inhale, or with the exhale, let it be gradual. The lengthening of the forward fold, the lengthening of the front torso. The final round of breath. And then slowly come on up. Okay, and we're gonna reach underneath the knees, bend the legs, just help the legs together, and then swivel to face the top of your mat. Feet are parallel, feet are as wide as the hips. Bring your hands back behind you so the fingertips face forward. Scoop the shoulder blades behind the heart, boost the chest up. Okay, you might stay here. This is a great chest opener, or power the feet into the ground and begin to lift the tailbone towards the knees, the reverse tabletop. You can look up, or if it doesn't strain the neck, the head could release all the way back. Okay, make footprints to lift the hips. Make handprints to lift the chest. Let the breath circulate through the pose. Okay, one more big inhale here. And then with the exhale, release the hips down. And we're going to keep going. We're going to lie down. So give yourself space, clear the mat of any props. Recline back and pull the knees into the chest. And we're coming into a final twist. So you're going to cross the right thigh over the left, opening the arms wide with a big inhale. And then with the exhale, release your legs to the left. And if it feels like too much, simply uncross the legs. Legs are heavy to the left. Draw the right shoulder blade towards the ground. And then a wonderful moment to let the eyes close, allowing the breath to survey the inner space of the body. Okay, with your next breath, bring your knees back to center. Uncross the legs. We'll change the crossing, left thigh over right. Lift the knees towards the chest. With your exhale, the legs release to the right. Legs are heavy. Left shoulder blade draws towards the ground. Move your breath. With your next breath, come back to center. Uncross the legs and give the legs a hug. Now I'd like to finish with a passive inversion. So keep your knees as they are, but bring your arms alongside the body. Let the palms face down. And you're just going to extend the legs straight up towards the sky. So you're perching your ankles above your hips. If the legs need to bend, no problem. Go ahead and bend the legs. You're placing your legs in space. Some of us can stay here comfortably. We can really linger for a while. Some of us immediately were straining to stay in this. So at any point, you're welcome to release to your Shavasana. But if you can linger here for a bit, do. Options for adding on, you can place your arms in space as well, directly towards the sky. My favorite is the arms reach overhead and the thumbs hook loosely just to keep the arms together and the arms rest down. Linger as long as you choose. But whenever you're ready, you'll be releasing into your Shavasana, the arms and legs Extend the palms face up, the eyes close. Bringing your attention back to your breath, beginning to slow down your breath. When you're ready, you'll slowly roll onto your right side. Let the head rest on the right arm. And then pressing the ground away, make your way up to a final seat. Turning the palms up, let the backs of the hands rest on the thighs and let the eyes close. Good. And from here, joining the palms together. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. Have a lovely day.